All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to integrate your payment processor. So let's just talk about the different ways payments can be attached to the system. So you're going to access the payment processor integrations by going to payments. So once you're logged into your system and you come in on the dashboard, you want to go to the payments tab and then you want to click over here to where it says integrations. And so you will see the NMI, the authorized.net, Stripe, and then PayPal. So let me talk about the differences between, let's first talk about Stripe and PayPal. Um, Stripe will be the main system, payment processing system for any automatic payments. Anything that you have automatic, it will use Stripe, and then if you have PayPal active, it will use PayPal. Here's the problem when if you're an agency. If you're not an agency, this doesn't even matter. If you're an agency, this matters because with PayPal payments, you can't attach a card to your system to rebill for text messaging, phone calls, and AI if they use it, and whatever other premium features that they use in the system. That is the only caveat to using PayPal. But otherwise, you can connect Stripe, you can connect PayPal. I have not used authorized.net or NMI to connect directly to my bank account, but this is what these things do. So I will provide the documentation for both of these to be able for you to be able to use it below this video so that you can do what you need to do. But if you click here, it will open up a knowledge base at giving you the information on how do I obtain my login and transaction key and all of that. So it will give you, I guess I gotta either accept or reject the cookies. um, it will give you that information. So it tells you to log into your merchant interface, meaning your bank or whatever you're using. Um, Click account, go to settings, and find API credentials and keys. And so that tells you how to do that. Now, how did I get to that? I clicked right here, how to find authorized.net API keys. The same thing for how to find NMI API keys. If you click there, it tells you how to find the keys as well for the NMI. And then if you needed more information on NMI, I'm sure you can go here and it will give you all of that information. Again, I don't use these, so I can't advise you on it, but here is the information on how to use them. All right, so these setups are super simple. Stripe is really simple. So you just click on connect with Stripe, and then right now I am in my training environment, so it's not going to pull up my Stripe. But what I recommend you do when you get ready to do this is to go open up a tab, log into Stripe, because what'll happen is when you click that connect button, it's going to automatically ask you what do you want to connect to Stripe. Now here's also another little tidbit about Stripe that you can do. Inside of Stripe, you can have multiple accounts. So let's just say, for instance, I wanted to separate the system situation squad from Premier Biz System transactions in Stripe. What I can do is create another, it'll ask to create another account. And so I can create another account. And what happens in Stripe is it takes the parent, which is your main account that you have set up, and it uses this as a guide. not a guy. It takes on, I'm trying to do this without being techie. It takes it and uses the parent, right? So if I had Premier Biz Systems, it's going to take that EIN and it's going to put this one up under that EIN and Stripe. You don't have to have a separate business formation to separate your accounts like that, because once you do that, it takes on whatever the parent is, and then you'll have a drop down in Stripe for Premier Business Systems, and then I have one separate for System Situation Squad. So if you want to do that, you can do that. So if you click on create an account, that's what it's going to do inside of here. Okay. So you'll get started with your email. It's going to take you to log in, and remember what I said about creating another account. All right. Now, PayPal. PayPal is a little bit trickier because you have to find the PayPal API keys. And PayPal they changed their interface. So let's see, this documentation isn't updated. It was last updated 12/23/21. So as of right now, the way you find those API keys, I recommend, I'll link a up-to-date video or link to the bottom of this video. But what you'll do is you'll put your client ID in. Your secret ID is going to have you create this sandbox thing and the secret ID, and then you save it, and you're all good with your payment processing. Now, you cannot create products. You cannot do invoices. You can't create orders. You can't do any of this stuff without your payment processor attached. So make sure that you have your payment processor integrated into the system before you try to do any of these things. If you have any questions or you run into any issues, please let me know.